DK's Life Stories, Anne Frank by Stephen KRENSKY. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on the channel, and today we will be talking about this biography of Anne Frank. So how about we get started on this? Now, who is Anne Frank? Anne Frank is this girl in World War II where we know her because of her diary, firstly. But then what about her early life? How do we know that? From Otto Frank. So here is the life of Anne Frank. Anne Frank was born on June 12, 1929. Then eventually she went all the way to the age of 13. And by the time she was 13, it was 1442. I believe 3 years already into the war. According to the dates I know. But by then, it just seemed to be happening that it's pretty much a great day for Anne Frank. But until she learned about the secret annex hiding out. Once she got into the hideout, it seems that sort of a runoff with it. Anne Frank's real name is Anneliese Marie Frank, or just Anne Frank because they just shortened it with that. And she has this older sister, Margaret. Here is a picture of them in 1931, when Anne was just 2 years old. Oh, and Margaret was 5 years old by then. Margaret is 3 years older. Margaret is Anne's older sister. But then in her 13th year of living, she found out about the war. And when they went into hiding, she brought along her diary and started writing stuff in it. When she wrote stuff in it, she started to have pretty much a great impression, and she done that stuff for 3 years. Oh, and what I mean by she done that stuff for 3 years, I meant during the hiding place stuff, not the before the hideout. But then Anne Frank went into the world and had some sort of life with her. I mean, well, if I did this stuff, I feel like having a weight on my back. But however, she did not. As we know how today's lives people have today, we might never be able to imagine the proper way of how the life of Anne Frank might have been. Even our best historians in the world might not even know, even with their history articles, even with their history evidence of that happening. Even though we might not know about a lot of stuff, then we still have all the evidence here. We still have all the evidence that some things happen because of things that became stored into our memories. Not just memories, we also have some people who have all that stuff that seemed to be happening when we just sort of needed it. So then, how should we do this stuff? Well, if we could have made a little time machine here, and it's portable, then we could have a pretty good impression that we might be able to go back into time and find out what happened to Anne-Marie Frank. And he's traveling through time. Whee! He arrived at his destination. Fire off. But however, even if we could find about and go back into time, then it should be pretty much a great idea to do stuff, right? Also, you will need new clothes. And also, you might get discrimination. But however, it just seems pretty cool that Anne Frank has been hiding. But she's only been able to hide for 3 years. If they could have been able to hide 4 years, they could have survived. All of them who were in hiding could have survived the war. But they didn't because someone already betrayed them before, just a year before the war ended in 1944. But now that it's really just into the present now, we don't actually need all this stuff. All we need to do is to do stuff in our own way. Eventually, in 1944, the whole Frank family and their roommates as hiders became part of the world as we know today. But as it just seemed to be, we just need a little luck. Even though Anne Frank has gone from this world, her diary has been able to give us all the edits and latest news in our world. Even if we are stuck in a little bin toss, we still have a great idea on how Anne Frank might have lived. So I hope to see you in the next episode. And if you did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click this guy with your cursor in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now he's off again. And I will hope to see you in the next episode. Shinhan out. Peace.